Well, I'll tell you about Mickey English now. Mickey, if you're watching now, I've got to tell you a true story. Because it's because of your family that I'm sitting here. And it's because of a member of my family that you are where you are. Let me explain to you why. Because I have a brother called Noel Harris, and Noel Harris played out half for the Munster Schools senior team for 3 seasons in a row. He got 8 caps for Munster Schools. You were the substitute for 2 of those occasions. And my brother Noel was playing a Munster School Cup match against Presentation Brothers Cork down in the Mardyke, and he broke his shoulder. And because he broke his shoulder, he couldn't play, and you, as a reserve, got on the team. So therefore, I claim that one of my family put you today where you are. Only for my brother breaking his shoulder, you wouldn't have been where you are. That's number one. Now what about your family and me? Your family, there was a great Irish strolling Shakespearean thespian called Anu MacMaster. And Anu MacMaster used to come to Limerick once or twice a year with his very, very sparse productions. And they used to stay in your mother's house. And you, myself, and Teddy Curtin used to go there night after night by the big fire in your kitchen. And Anu MacMaster used to regale us with stories about Shakespeare, about stories about the theatre, which began to ignite me. Ignite my imagination. Maybe I could become an actor. We did a production, if you remember, of The Mikado out in your orchard. And your mother, I remember her well, she got a little wicker basket that had fruit in it, and she threw it on the floor, and she put it on your head as a little cap, and a little white dress. You, me, and Teddy Curtin, and a group of others performed in front of Anu MacMaster, Mary Rose MacMaster, Marjorie MacMaster, in the orchard of your house. You had a little white dress on, very ugly legs. Teddy Curtin and I had beautiful legs. Your legs were for dropping goals. And Teddy Curtin and my legs were from running away from Anu MacMaster, if you know what I mean, as he chased us around the bushes. That is the beginning of my career as an actor. And may I tell you something else? Do you remember the City Theatre? Anu MacMaster gave you, me, Teddy Curtin 2 shillings, and we played the crowd in Oedipus Rex. And you and me and Teddy Curtin were on the stage with Patrick McGee, Harold Pinter, the famous Harold Pinter, and the famous Patrick McGee, Anu MacMaster, Oedipus Rex, and all we had to say was, Oedipus save us. You were terrible. Oedipus save us. I was brilliant. Oedipus save us. Teddy Curtin went on to be a great Irish racing trainer. I went on to be me, and you went on to be you. Now let me ask you a question. Let me ask you something. How come, I want to take this up, oh listen here, I'm going off to do a movie called To Walk with Lions. That's why I'm all dressed like this, my hair is long, I've got a bit of a beard. It's called To Walk with Lions. It's the part of George Adamson, the very, very famous lion man who preserved all the things, all the lions and the elephants preservation in Kenya. And the movie's called To Walk with Lions, which of course, To Walk with Lions reminds me of a story about you and the British Lions. Now there are many stories about Joe English that have become legendary, and we all know them. The Horrocks Taylor story, we all know that story. I won't repeat that. I won't bore the Lansdowne audience with that. But I'll tell you one I don't think they know. I got it down in Clonethley, in the Clonethley Rugby Club one day, and it was related to me by a man called Ray Gravel. Now Ray Gravel, I think, was the probably prototype for Scott Gibb. Would you agree? Great centre. So he found out that I knew you, and we grew up in the same city, and he told me a great story about you. When you were in the British Lions, you came down one morning on tour with the British Lions, and you ordered breakfast. And you said, I want 2 eggs, you said. Swamped of grease. And he said, and I want some bacon, he said, burnt to a cinder. And I want sausages, burnt to a cinder. I want toast that you can't eat. And I want a pot of cold tea. And the waitress looked at you and she said, we don't serve food like that. And you said, you fucking did yesterday morning. But I'll tell you something, how come this? I hope you're not going to cut me off now, because here's the important part of my speech. How come Shannon are number 1 this year in the Irish League? Is it called the AIB, isn't it, League? 1. Garryona 2. Young Munsters are 3. If Shannon win it this year, which of course they will, it will be the 4th year in a row. Garryola won it twice, and Young Munsters have won it once. For the past 7 years, Limerick teams have dominated Irish rugby, and how come we can't get a player on the Irish team? How come? Now, I'll tell you something else. Gordon Wood played for Garryowen. He had to go and join Lansdowne before he got on the Irish team. Paddy Reid played for Garryowen. He had to go to Dublin and join Lansdowne to get on the Irish team. Paddy Berkery played for Garryowen. He had to go to Dublin to play for Lansdowne and get on the Irish team. I think a fellow called Peter Lawler. He played for Dolphin. He had to go to Dublin, join Lansdowne, get on the Irish team. Eric Elwood had to come from Galway, go to Dublin, join Lansdowne to get on the Irish team. It struck me that if I had been a member of Lansdowne, I might have won the 2 Academy Awards. I might have won the Oscar for my 2 Academy Award nominations. What about that? Mickey, good luck to you. God bless you. And take care of Limerick. Goodbye.